Hello, welcome to Spain for the latest event in the World Cup series of three-cushion billiards. The action here has been intense. Just 4 men are left standing. We're down to the semi-finals. Next time we'll be watching Dick Jaspers against Martin Horn, but this week it's Daniel Sanchez of Spain against Torbjorn Blomdalh of Sweden. And we're going to join the coverage of this semi-final in the 4th set. It's 2-1 at the moment to Blomdalh. 3 sets required for a place in the final. He did win the first 2, actually, did Blomdalh, as you can see there, 15-7 and then 15-14. Back came Sanchez, though, 15-3 it was in the 3rd set, so he's right back in it, the Spaniard. This is Blomdalh getting the 4th set underway. He's playing with the yellow cue ball. Sanchez with the white cue ball. So 15 points are required, as I say, to win each set. 3 sets needed to face either Jaspers or Horn in the final. I know we have new viewers all the time, so I'll just run through the rules once more. This is 3-cushion billiards. As you see, there's no pockets on the table. It's not like snooker or pool. It's all about cannons, and the idea is to hit the first object ball, come off 3 cushions and make contact with the second object ball. That's the usual way of scoring. You can come off the 3 cushions first and hit the 2 balls after that, but this is the normal way, as you see Blomdalh scoring that way there. So it's a game of pure skill on what is a very fast table, napless cloth, smaller table than you would see in snooker, and these guys are mega talented. It's a very, very tough discipline in the world of cue sports, these carom billiards, and there's few better than Torbjorn Blomdalh, 46 years of age, from Sweden. 15 times he's been world champion under 2 different governing bodies, currently the world number 4. There you are, pinpoint accuracy. Players often try and get a ball in the corner of the table because it makes for a bigger target. On that occasion, you saw his object ball in the middle of the table. Here we see how he found it. As I say, you've got to come off 3 cushions before the second contact. So here's the 3rd cushion. And how's the line? There's your answer. So he's already up to 4, Blomdalh, with 15 needed to win the match. Sanchez needs to win this set, of course, to set up a decider. Well, he's just missed. And when they do miss, it's invariably not by very much. Just a whisker there. So it brings Daniel Sanchez to the table, 34 years of age, from Spain. He was world 3-cushion champion in 1998 and currently is the world number 2. This was why he's back at the table. Blomdalh just failing to make contact with the white ball. Now Sanchez will be playing with the white as his cue ball. They have a cue ball each. He's playing with white, Blomdalh with yellow. And as I was saying, the players tend to try and get a ball in the corner of the table because it makes for a bigger target. Well, the red is there already for Sanchez. Playing with power, and there you see that red in the corner, and he scored his first point of this set. Could easily have been out already. He was 2 sets down in the last 32 to Manuel Costa. As we see this shot again coming across the table. He won in that match in the last 32, he won the 3rd set 15-14, and then the last 2 15-12, 15-10, and since then he's really motored into these semi-finals. Mobile phone just going off never helps the concentration. We see that in a lot of snooker tournaments. If you watch our coverage, particularly from China, the snooker tour, tend to get mobile phones going off invariably at the wrong time, because of course most cue sports demand silence while the players are at the table. But Sanchez had just recomposed himself. His highest run is 15. And until you see three cushion billiards, it doesn't sound much, does it, 15? But my word, it takes some doing. This is such a tough game. Highest ever run, by the way, 31. Blomdalh here, his best is 24. Sanchez has just grown in confidence, having very nearly been eliminated in the last 32. Seems to be very poised. So now he's got the yellow, this time in the corner of the table. Looking for a path around off the red ball. Here was the last point again. It's 1 point scored for each successful shot. You can come off more than one cushion as well. Sorry, more than three cushions. It has to be at least three. And you tend to see the players playing these shots with great finesse. They tend not to play with too much power, and one of the reasons is if you do that, you often find the first ball running around the table can cannon into the cue ball and then prevent the final cannon. So it is, as I said at the start, a game of skill and some finesse. And of course it does help the cloth being so quick. Don't have to hit the balls too hard. So he's up to 5 already here, Sanchez, already a point ahead. Complication here, he's very close to the yellow. So it's just a more intricate little shot than he would have liked. He's given it plenty of thought, still giving it plenty of thought. Good sized crowd in, as you can see. We're playing here down to the semis after a very competitive group stage and indeed knockout stage. Oh, it's gone wrong straight away. He's trying to come off that back cushion, but got a double kiss, which has ended the run at 5. But nevertheless, Daniel Sanchez is into the lead, 5-4. Blomdalh fails to score. It was a tough shot, wasn't it, that he was attempting, but it proved too tough. Well, sometimes you have to play with pace. I was saying players tend not to, but he was forced into it there. Didn't quite come off, though. And neither player scoring from that visit. This looks good, though. Vastly experienced, Blomdalh. As I say, he's won 15 world titles under the two governing bodies, although not won one since 2002. Did win the GP Masters last year. You may have seen that with us here on Eurosport. Indeed, our coverage of that here on Eurosport 2 continues in a couple of weeks' time. And the final, indeed the quarter-finals, semi-finals and the final, will be live here on Eurosport 2 from March the 12th to the 15th. Now this time he's coming off 3 cushions first, trying to cannon off the white into the red. It's not quite come off. That's the other way of playing. Don't see it too often, but you will see it when the balls, 2 object balls, are close together. But didn't quite make the right contact on the first of them. Prevented him scoring there, but he has brought it level, 5 each. Bang on, there's a full ball contact. Just the line superbly. He reaches back ahead, 6-5. Bags of left-hand side on the cue ball. And there you see, bang into the yellow. No question of just clipping the side or going around the back of it. As I say, his form's improved as the tournament's gone on. He beat Roland 4-1. 3-1 in the quarterfinals. Had a straight sets win in the Class 16 over Javier Palazon. And he's beginning to look quite sharp in the semi-finals. He took a while to get going, lost the first 2 sets. He's won the third, needs to win this one. Does Daniel Sanchez to force a deciding set. Terrific touch again. And there's no shots that these guys don't know. Absolute mastery of the angles. Because, of course, it is a game really all about the angles. There's no potting involved. The audience already beginning to applaud that one before he even made the shot. They knew it was online. So he's stretching his lead here. 8-5 it stands. 7 more points he needs to win this 4th set. This time he did go with power, as you saw. Just avoided the second contact with the red. And again, straight into the yellow. Well, look at this one. He's there. Another terrifically well conceived shot, this. So Sanchez 4 points ahead. Well, that's where he's going to remain. Fails to make contact with the red there. So 4 scored from that visit. Daniel Sanchez, remember, needs to win this set to tie it up at 2-2. He's made a good start. He leads Torbjorn Blomdalh 9-5.
February is a real live b-ball party. Clubs on the edge play out a Sweet 16. Handball's back and it's full speed ahead in the league that wears the badge of champions. Young ones take a break, get a chance to shine and positively make the grade. The pros on the Winter Action Sports Tour are heading for the hills. 2 dates, 2 trials. Barcelona and Bolzano test man and bike. The NNL's enjoying a smashing season and it's only just getting started. Careful, wet paint. Discover the art of paintballing. All this and more, February on Eurosport 2, New Generation Sports Channel.
So Torbjorn Blomdalh under a bit of pressure here. This World Cup event, 3-cushion billiards in Spain, 9-5 down in the 4th set to Daniel Sanchez. Blomdalh won the first 2 sets. Sanchez won the 3rd 15-3 and has dominated the start of the 4th. But Blomdalh's such a class act. It would of course be foolish to write him off at this stage. The cue ball, the yellow cue ball, tight to the cushion there. Didn't make any difference in the end to Blomdalh. Now, how's the line this time? Well, not too good is the answer. Chose to go with top spin on the cue ball around the table, as you saw, but the line wasn't quite right. Red actually came very close to knocking the white into the path of the cue ball. That would have been luck for Blomdalh. You don't see much luck in this game, really. It is pretty much all skill. You occasionally do get little bits of run like that, but not on this occasion. So Sanchez still leads by 3 and a chance here to extend that advantage. He's coming off the 3 cushions and again playing that shot, trying to go into the yellow and then into the red, but missed the red both times. Looked like he might have got it on the way back, but just the cue ball just deviated. So a bit of a let-off there for Blomdalh, because this set was starting to go away from him. There you see the right-hand side on the cue ball, just looking to flick into the red, and as you saw, very nearly got it both times, but bottom line is he didn't get it, so he remains 3 ahead. Order. Putting the extension on his cue. As we look at the last shot again, only just caught the white. Just caught the side of it, but that's enough. Well, is this enough? No, he's not read that one at all well. So again, just one scored, and Blomdalh in this set really isn't scoring heavily enough. Made 4 at the start in his first visit. Since then, the points have dried up a little. Sanchez looking to take advantage. 6 points he needs to tie the match and force a deciding set. Well, you can make that 5 now after that one. Again, going with pace across the table. I think he would have preferred there to keep the yellow pretty much where it was in the corner, although he does, as you see, have the red close to the opposite corner. Just means that if you go around the back of the ball, you've got a chance of getting it coming back round. As it is, he's got his own cue ball in the corner. Oh, and there you see, I was saying about when you play with pace, sometimes the object ball comes back and into the path of the cue ball, prevents it making the second contact. That's what happened there. So ends his run at 2. His lead is 11-7. 4 points he needs, but it's Blomdalh at the table. Just watch it here again. Yellow comes back and knocks the white cue ball off its path. It was heading towards the red, but didn't get there. Well, a few people were clapping. They thought he was bound to get the red. It was harder to go around the back of it, but that's what he did. So nothing scored again. Blomdalh is just struggling in this fourth set. Remember, he won the first set 15-7 and just edged the second one 15-14, but only scored 3 points in the third set, and he's chasing the game here in the fourth. Well, it's happened again, and again it was playing with pace that made it more likely to happen, because there's no real way of knowing where the other ball's going to go. You can control it better when you play a more delicate shot, because obviously the object ball isn't running around the table at such a speed, but it was here, and there you see, bang into it. Again, it's a near miss. Coming off the 3 cushions, trying to cannon from one object ball into the other. We've not actually seen that shot come off in the last couple of sets. Both players. Expertly done with Daniel Sanchez. As is that. So he's a big favourite now, 13-7. 2 more points he needs. Could do it at this visit to make it 2 sets all. willing it on. Well, it couldn't have been any closer. It could not have been any closer, could it? But it doesn't matter how much you miss it by. If you do miss it, you're back in your seat. You see it again here. Wow. Just a mere whisker away. And that would have meant, of course, he would only needed one more point. Now Blomdalh again. Playing this shot off 3 cushions. Great speed. And he's done it. That was some shot. And worthy of the applause. One of the best shots of the match so far. Just look at the cue ball bounding around the table. Cannons the white, cannons the red. And he's thrown himself a lifeline in this 4th set. If he wins the set, remember, the match is over. He's in the final. And he's given himself every chance with every point he scores. Well, it's a miscue. He used a very intricate shot there with the 2 balls so close together, and he miscued. Be piling the chalk onto the tip of the cue now, but it's too late. Well, even the greats are capable of making such errors. And he was just starting to put the pressure on Daniel Sanchez there. Blomdalh, 2 good shots to pull back to 13-9, but Sanchez comes to the table knowing he needs 2 points to force a deciding set. But he's going to have to wait for another chance. Second shot in a row is missed by, well, I was going to say millimetres, probably a millimetre. Wasn't much in it, was there? But as I say, you don't have to miss by much. They tend not to, these guys. So it remains 13-9. It's a bit of a let-off for Blomdalh. Now he can, in this visit, possibly pile even more pressure on. Well, he's not going to completely miss-hit that one. Well, there are nerves out there. You'd expect that this is a semi-final. Dick Jaspers or Martin Horn wait in the other semi-final. We'll be seeing that next time. For now, as I say, the nerves are starting to gather in this first semi. Again, he can't understand it. Complete bemusement. Can't understand how he keeps getting so close without actually making contact. That's 3 shots in a row that's happened now. He's just looking for those 2 points to make it 2 sets all, but they're proving to be pretty elusive right now. So 13-9. Blomdalh, the man behind. There's the 3rd cushion. The line looks good. Well, this would hurt Daniel Sanchez if he were to lose this set. He's had plenty of chances to have already got it under his belt. run ends at just 1, he'll be disappointed, because there were signs there that the tide was starting to turn. This running side on the cue ball, and the white was, as you see, a little away from the corner. If it had been a bit closer to the corner, it would have been slightly easier, but as it is, it's Sanchez back at the table, still looking for those 2 points. And here, I think, is one of them. Indeed it is. So, 14-10. Daniel Sanchez needs 1 more point to make it 2 sets all. He's gone all round the table. What's the pace like? There's your answer, and there is 2 sets all. Daniel Sanchez is 2 sets down, but he's fought back well, and it sets up a decider to Bjorn Blomdalh. Daniel Sanchez, 2 sets apiece.
Most beautiful car of the year award. To be in with a chance of winning a car worth €30,000, go to eurosport.yahoo.com.
Prove your football knowledge with our fantasy football game. Sign up for free and show off your managerial ability.
So the final set is underway, and it's 3-2 to Bjorn Blomdalh over Daniel Sanchez. 15, the magic target for a place in the final of this World Cup event here in Spain. Sanchez, remember, was 2 sets down, but has fought back gamely. 15-3, 15-10, so the momentum is with him. Oh, he's caught the red with the cue ball, but, well, that's lucky. He raises his hand in acknowledgement. As I said earlier, luck tends not to play a huge part in carom billiards, more of a part in a sport like snooker, where of course you can flute pots and so on, but and there are more balls to go at as well, little rubs and nudges. Here was a little nudge, and it was gratefully received, albeit a little embarrassed. I think at this stage, a deciding set, you'll take anything, won't you? Well, there's nothing lucky about this one, and it nudges Daniel Sanchez into the lead, 4-3. Here, again, the path he took. Straight into the yellow full ball. And he's got that one wrong by some margin. Expertly done. This final set looks likely to be a nip and tuck affair. Could well be very close. Both players desperate to get into that final against either Dick Jaspers or Martin Horn. We'll see their semi-final next time. And I think we're going to see a pretty exciting conclusion to the first one. Blomdalh has the experience. He's the senior man by 12 years, 46 to Sanchez's 34. And of course all those world titles, 15 of them got to count for something in these high-pressure situations. But his form has rather gone away in the last couple of sets. And there again, the red goes into the yellow, so his run ends at just 1. 4-4 the score, and 2-2 of course in sets. But there's the difference. Sanchez, of course, that happened to him, and in the end didn't make any difference because he still made that second cannon. Blomdalh may reflect when things are going against you. They're really going against you because he didn't get the luck. It's a very fast cloth. It's this cloth on the carom table, and there's no nap. You don't have to hit the balls too hard. That is a mistake that newcomers make. But it's more a game of touch and finesse. And that was another delightful shot from the Spaniard. And this isn't too shoddy, is it? He's really got himself together the last couple of sets. A little bit of a wobble towards the end of the 4th set, as we saw earlier on. But he's looking the stronger of the two at the moment. And he's building up a useful lead. 7-4 in the final set. 15, remember, is required to book that place in the final. Well, this is good stuff now from Sanchez, increasing his lead to 4 points, 8-4. This is how he did so. And in doing so, he knocked the yellow towards the corner. It did just come back away from the back cushion, as you see. So he's got to negotiate a path towards it, going back around the table. Now the red is in the way here, is it? No, it's moved. Well, that is unbelievable to go around the back. You could stay there all day and try and do that and not manage it. The crowd reaction, they've really got into this. Good crowd here, and they're loving every minute. I'm sure even the Blomdalh fans weren't completely disappointed when it went to a deciding set, because it meant, of course, the match will continue. Now just look at the way the wire went round the back of the yellow. It meant that the run ended at 4. Blomdalh is up against it though, 8-4 down.
Order.
Now can he produce the response of a great champion, which of course is what he is at this game. One of the very best there's ever been. It's a sport with a long history. The first recognised tournament was held in St. Louis in the USA, 1878. And indeed the game became popular in America, where it is still pretty popular, although pool has taken over as the main cue sport. In Europe and Asia, 3 cushion still more than holds its own. Blomdalh is one of the finest exponents of this very skillful game. Will he save his best for last, I wonder? Has the red in the corner there. Makes a big target. The yellow running and running around the table. The white needs to get out of the way. Well, he's caught it, but it's made no difference. Well, maybe the little bit of run has turned round, because, of course, Sanchez did similar earlier on and it didn't stop him. Blomdalh was caught out that way a couple of shots later, but on that occasion, although he caught the white, it didn't prevent the cue ball running into the red, as we see again here. Pace, there's always the danger this will happen, because you can't control the first object ball so well, but in the end, it didn't make any difference.
What?
And all of a sudden, Torbjorn Blomdalh, he's starting to look good again. In any sport, we see when great players have their backs to the wall, they invariably find something, an extra gear. And that could be what's happening here.
Cinco.
Well, in fact, he's now gone into the lead. 5 the run, 9-8 the lead. So Blomdalh, from 8-4 down, he's now looking the stronger player. Well, this is going to have to run on to make contact. He's not going to. So the run ends at 5. It was a very good contribution, a very timely contribution from Torbjorn Blomdalh, and it means that in this deciding set he holds a very slender lead. He leads Daniel Sanchez by 9 points to 8. 15, remember, the target for a place in the final.
The usual suspects and a few new faces, churning out the hits in a whole season of French flair. Top 14, Toulon versus Mont-de-Marsan, Friday night, live and exclusive on Eurosport 2.
Welcome back. We're down to the wire here in this semi-final, this World Cup event of 3-cushion billiards here in Spain. Torbjorn Blomdalh 9, Daniel Sanchez 8, 15 needed to reach the final. This is Daniel Sanchez, a point behind. And it's gone wrong. It's caught the red again. So, well, the tide has turned all of a sudden, or turned back, I should say, because Blomdalh had the advantage early on. He was 2 sets up. His game just went away a little bit. In the next 2, Sanchez found his form and was looking good at 8-4 early in this final set. But Blomdalh has found his form now. 5 points he scored at his previous visit. So he leads 9-8. Sanchez failing to take advantage when Blomdalh did break down. And Blomdalh here has a chance now to further extend his lead. Well, there you see just how fast the table is, because that cue ball didn't look like it was going to reach, did it? But it ran on and ran on, and it means he's now 3 points ahead, 11-8, 4 points away from a place in the final. Just watch it again. On a snooker table, the cue ball would stop about here, but it kept on and found its target. Is it going to find the target here? The answer is no. Great atmosphere in the hall, a lot of tension out there. The crowd have got really involved. It's been a good contest, and of course it's always more interesting when it's a close contest.
Uno.
Well, it couldn't have been much closer. It was heart in mouth time. So one more point here and he's back level again. Remember, he was 8-4 up in this final set. Well, he's missed a few today by a very, very slender margin. That was another one. But he is at least back to just 11-10 down, so it really is a fight to the finish now. 15 needed. Blomdalh needs 4 points. Sanchez needs 5. Blomdalh with a chance possibly here to close out victory.
Uno. Ultra.
And if he does win the match, every credit to him, because he was put under pressure. And of course 2-0 up in the semi-final. He was a big, big favourite to convert that into victory. He's had to wait for his chance to do so, as it turned out, but this is his chance now. And now he's just 2 points away. 13-10 is his lead. Well, this is a big shot he's taking on. The two object balls quite a way apart. Had to be absolutely exact with the first cannon, and as you see, he wasn't. So it's a lifeline for Sanchez. He must have been sat in his chair fearing the worst. He's coming back to the table, trailing 13-10. Just something he's asked the referee to do for him. It's getting tense, and any little distraction could be fatal. That was the previous shot, as I say, needed to make the first cannon in such a way as to swing the cue ball into the red. Didn't quite come off. So Sanchez looking to pull it out of the bag here. And if he breaks down, he may not get another shot because Blomdalh will need just 2 points for victory. So it's do or die time, really. There's nothing wrong with this one. $13-11 then. Now is he going to play the shot coming off the 3 cushions and then into one ball into the next? You usually see that shot when the 2 balls are close together, as they are here. Well, he's given it plenty of thought, but that's understandable. We're at a very critical stage now of the contest. He's not doing that, he's gone into the yellow first. Or maybe, in retrospect, he wished he'd played a different shot. Whatever, he didn't come off. And there's no absolute guarantee he'll be back at the table. It's 13-11 to Blomdalh. He needs 2 points for a place in the final. Well, again, the white just caught the red, but it didn't knock it offline. It could have done with a different contact, but it's full ball, so it just knocked it forward. The yellow found it. So a little bit fortuitous, but Blomdalh, I don't think he's going to mind too much about that. He knows now that he needs 1 more point for victory. He led by 2-0. Sanchez fought back gamely. There's that little bit of run at the right time. Always best to have the luck at the end. 1 point for place in the final. It's yellow coming all the way around the table. The line looks pretty good. They're already clapping. It's because Torbjorn Blomdalh has completed victory. My word, he was made to fight for it in the end. But it's Blomdalh who advances to the final. 15-7, 15-14. Sanchez came back 15-3, 15-10, but 15-11 Blomdalh wins the final set. Join us next time for the next semi-final. Dick Jaspers against Martin Horn, but from me, David Hendon, for now, it's goodbye.